Your thoughts do not have control over you. Your past does not have control over you. It's all about what you're deciding as your truth. And there's no right or wrong way to do it. There's no right or wrong decision. So even if you have a moment where your thoughts go somewhere else, that does not stop you from getting your desire. That does not stop you from experiencing what you want. Now that you're here, before we start the video, if you haven't done so already, I would love to invite you to come and join the free Discord community that I created, and also grab your free copy of the Manifest My Dream Life ebook. The link for both of those will be in the description below. Other than that, let's go ahead and get into the video. Happy Monday, y'all. So I want to talk about something that I was thinking about last night. So while I was on my way to sleep, I was like recalling my day, thinking about things throughout my day, and I realized that I didn't do something in my routine that I had planned to do for myself. And I was about to have like a little mini panic moment and kind of spaz out a little bit like, oh my gosh, you didn't do what you were supposed to do. What if that messes up your manifestation? And this wasn't like a dwelling state, like these thoughts just came up, right? And what happens is sometimes thoughts like these do come up. Like you do have that voice that's in your mind sometimes that is like really trying to talk you out of all the reasons why you can't have your desire, why your manifestation isn't going to come, why it's not going to work. And that is just a place of comfortability. Like that's a place that you've been for so long. That is your subconscious really just operating off of the programming that it's been programmed to do for so long. If you are used to self-sabotaging, contradicting, victim mentality, like if you're used to those things, then yes, your subconscious is going to naturally just pull those things up for you. So while I was on my way to sleep and I realized that, like in that very moment, like that's what I'm saying, I didn't dwell on it, because in that very moment I was just like, absolutely not. Infinite realities exist, infinite possibilities exist, which means there is no right or wrong decision. There is no right or wrong way to get your manifestation other than reminding yourself that you're going to have it or that you have it right now. Like that's all that there is. And then it made me realize, hey, there's no right or wrong decision at all. Like no matter what you do, even if you waver, even if you dwell, even if you have like an outburst kind of moment where you reacted to the 3D, as long as you can pick yourself back up and get back on track and continue whatever it is that you're doing, continue your routine, or just continue telling yourself that it doesn't matter what goes on because everything is always working out for you. Everything is always working out perfectly for you. Everything in your life is so perfect, then that's what it has to be. So, no matter what you're experiencing, no matter what you're going through, no matter what thoughts come up that are trying to talk you out of the fact of you having your desire, you experiencing your desire, remind yourself that there's no right or wrong decision. That's really the message in this video. There's no right or wrong decision. There's no right or wrong way to manifest. Like it's all about you. It's all about your perspective. It's all about what you're deciding for yourself. So yeah, if you are going to be that person that realizes your thoughts are taking over, your thoughts are quote unquote in control. And what I mean by that is you have a thought that's like, well, you didn't do your routine today, so now you're not going to get your manifestation because you fail at everything and you never see things through to completion. If you're talking to yourself like that and you respond to it in a way of, you know what, that's true. I never see things through. I never complete things. I don't stay on track. How could I have my desire? Then, babe, you're just entertaining the reality of you not having what you want. And you are entertaining it from a state of being where you're believing that it's going to be possible. You're believing that this particular outcome is true. You're believing that, yeah, how could this be possible for me when all of these things previously from my past have all played out the same way, and here I am in another situation and it's about to play out the same way. That's just you being on a hamster wheel, in my opinion. That's just you continually repeating a cycle and basically just falling for the illusion of your 3D reality, falling for the illusion of your ego, falling for the illusion of logic. And when you shift, all right, you're going to notice that you're a new version of yourself. You're going to notice that you shift, which, yes, you're shifting all times throughout the day. Like, you're always shifting because nothing is ever just stagnant, standing still, and in one place. Like, you're always moving, things are always in motion. But I feel like when you experience a drastic shift change, you assume a new identity. Like, you can really realize that, and you can really experience that, and what that looks like is you go from a reality where, yeah, you were telling yourself all these things about how manifestation isn't going to be possible for you, or how this particular thing that you want to manifest isn't going to be possible for you, and you list all the reasons why. That's just one version of reality. But to me, you notice that you've shifted. You notice that you are a different version of yourself when those thoughts come up and you respond a different way. Yeah, you may react to it in that moment. Something may happen in your 3D and you react to it. A thought may come up, like how I had a thought come up of, oh my gosh, you're not going to get your desire because you didn't do what you said you were going to do. And you can react to that and stay in that, or react to it and then realize, you know what? This isn't me. This isn't my truth. This isn't what I want to experience. So let me just go ahead and think the opposite of that. Let me go ahead and remind myself who I am. Let me go ahead and stay doing what I know to do, which is to tell yourself what is actually true for you. Don't entertain the subconscious programming that's been running on autopilot. Like, it's literally been running on autopilot. It's just been going, going, going nonstop because that's what's normal to you. And the way that you basically shut that programming off, or make it to where that programming doesn't exist, is you have to insert a new program. How you insert the new program is totally up to you, okay? Me personally, I love to just affirm. Like, I don't mind affirming all day long because I'm thinking all day long. And because I am such a detailed person and I'm highly aware, I'm highly observant of everything, including myself, it's just easier for me to just affirm all day. And I've recently just kind of started some new practices for myself that I will make a video about, because I have my own realizations with certain things, and it's going to be cool to make a video about it, but it's going to take me being consistent with my own self first before I can make a video about it. So right now I put myself on a 7-day challenge, and in that 7-day challenge video, I'm definitely going to tell you how I even got to the point of doing the 7-day challenge. So that'll be an interesting video whenever I get to that point of posting it, which should be next week. But regardless, back to the point of the video. I just want you to know that there is no right or wrong decision, okay? What I want you to do is remind yourself of how powerful you are. Remind yourself of who you are and what you are capable of. And I want you to no longer identify with old programming that is coming up. Okay, when you decide on something new, when you decide on something you've never experienced before, when you just simply decide on something that you desire to experience in your reality, okay, because you have the power to do so. Like, we're literally always just making a decision all day long. It's whatever you're deciding on. You're deciding on things all day long. You're not just deciding on what you're going to eat for lunch and what you're going to wear to work or what you're going to wear to dinner tonight. You are deciding on every single thing that happens to you in your reality, like everything. So just remind yourself, be more mindful that you actually do have control, and your thoughts do not have control over you. Your past does not have control over you. It's all about what you're deciding as your truth, and there's no right or wrong way to do it. There's no right or wrong decision. So even if you have a moment where your thoughts go somewhere else, that does not stop you from getting your desire. That does not stop you from experiencing what you want, because if you can just remind yourself, okay, I see how that's going to play out. That's not my reality. This is my truth. I always get what I want. Everything works out perfectly for me. that is the reality that you're assuming. So no matter what goes on, everything is always going to work out perfectly for you. Everything is always going to work in your favor. And I really feel like that is just a slight and subtle shift that you can just start reminding yourself. And whichever one resonates, or pick an affirmation that more deeply resonates with you, but something that implies everything in my life is always perfect. Everything always works out perfectly for me, or I always get my way. I always get exactly what I want. Pick an affirmation like that. So when you're in those moments of doubt, right? When you're in those moments of being self-aware of like, okay, I just wavered, this is possibly going to mess up my desire. Stop yourself. That's the one thing that I want you to not do, is entertain the thought of, I just messed up my manifestation, because that's the emphasis that I'm wanting to make here. You cannot mess up your manifestation. It's just not possible, right? Yes, it is possible if you just keep entertaining those thoughts. Yes, that is very well a probability in this infinite pool of realities that you can experience. But also, in this infinite pool of realities that you can experience, there is also reality where you have talked to yourself in this way, but still got what you wanted. It could have prolonged the process, and it could have not prolonged the process. It could have made it happen faster. It could have made it happen slower. It's all up to you. It's all up to you and what you decide on. So that's the biggest emphasis, the biggest point that I want to make here. You cannot mess up your desire. You cannot mess up experiencing your reality. But what I do want you to practice on is just mindfulness. Practice on being mindful and having that one affirmation that implies you're always going to get your way no matter what. Use that affirmation as like ammunition, right? When those thoughts come up, because now what you're doing is you're implementing a new program. You are training your subconscious in a sense to be like, no, I always get my way. Things always work out the best for me. Things always go how I want them to go. And by you doing that one subtle shift of catching yourself in moments of about to doubt or about to waver or about to talk yourself out of having your desire and talking yourself into not having it, the way you respond to it, to me, is everything. The way you respond to those things when they come up really chooses who you are. It really shows your identity. Because if you can have enough self-awareness to not react to something the way you've always reacted to it, and simply just tell yourself a different story, tell yourself that, no, I actually do get what I want, that gives you so much power, because you are changing the course of the timeline that is unfolding in front of you. You are changing the course of the reality that you are existing in. And it's all up to you, though. It's up to you to have those moments of awareness, have those moments of accountability, have those moments of mindfulness, to choose that story, choose that new story. So that's basically what I want to motivate you on for this week. Just be more mindful, and don't allow yourself to talk yourself out of your desire. Don't allow yourself to beat yourself up, right, and feel like you're doing something wrong, because you can only be doing something wrong if that's what you tell yourself, if that's the story that you are deciding on. If you decide, I'm messing this up for me, I am in my own way, I am the reason why I don't have what I want, then that is exactly what you're going to experience. And all it takes is for you to take that one subtle shift into a new identity and tell yourself, oh yeah, I don't mess up anything. Oh, I always make the right decisions. No matter what happens, I'm always making the right decisions. No matter what happens, I'm always doing things correctly. Like, that's the realization that I had last night, because I legit was about to start telling myself, this is the reason why you don't have what you want, because you keep doing this thing. And I had to stop myself and be like, no, that is just a decision. That is just a decision. And just because I'm deciding on it, whatever I decide on, it doesn't matter, because I'm always going to get exactly what I want. In the end, no matter what I picked on this journey, on this course of me getting to my desire, me experiencing my desire, no matter what thoughts come up in between me and experiencing this thing, I'm always going to get to this thing. That's the whole point of this. I'm always going to get it, no matter what. It doesn't matter what thoughts come up. It doesn't matter what story I tell myself. As long as I keep that one subtle reminder that no matter what goes on, I'm always going to have what I want. So I want you to have that same type of mindset no matter what happens, no matter what goes on in between you and the physical manifestation, you experiencing the physical manifestation, no matter what goes on in between there, you're always going to get exactly what you want because things are always working out in your favor no matter what the circumstance is. So remind yourself of that. Keep that as a reminder for this week. Practice that. Implement that into your daily habits of your daily thoughts. However, you do your daily manifestation routine, however, you keep yourself in the state of being, of having what you want. The moment you catch yourself slipping out of that, find that one affirmation that resonates with you to bring you back into that state of being, okay? Because it's not that you have to be hyper aware of yourself all day long and micromanage every single little thought and every single little thing that you do. No, because it's those moments I feel like where you are just the most relaxed, the most comfortable. And I'm not saying in meditation, I'm just saying you are literally could be just chilling, like on the couch. You could be waking up, right? Checking your phone, and you have this subtle thought. But because it's so relaxed and you don't have any opposing thoughts to combat this one thought that you just have, yeah, it's like that's a powerful moment. So you are always making the right decision, you are always doing everything correctly, everything is always working out perfectly for you. This is the timeline that you are choosing, no matter what has happened yesterday, last week, last month, no matter what your reality looks like right now, because it could look the total opposite of what you're affirming for, and then that could make you feel like, well, maybe it's something that I'm missing, maybe it's something that I'm not doing. Maybe I need to go on YouTube and find more videos. Maybe I need to go on whatever other social media platform and see what I'm missing. There's some key ingredient. And that key ingredient that you're missing is to stop telling yourself that you're missing something and to stop telling yourself that you're doing something wrong, because you're not doing a single thing wrong. You are making a decision all day long with your thoughts, with where your attention is going, with your beliefs, your perspective, all of that. You are making decisions all day long. So as long as you are making decisions in the end that you are always going to get what you want, that is all you have to do. It doesn't matter what goes on in between. Now, don't misunderstand what I'm saying here. I'm not saying go sit in a corner and dwell and waver and cry your little heart out and complain about your situation. I'm not saying do it. I'm not saying to do that. But what I am saying is if you have a day like that, if you have a moment like that, because yes, sometimes you need to just get that shit out. Sometimes you need to have that release, especially if things have been built up in you for so long and you're just to the point of frustration. Let it out. Find a way to let that shit out of you, okay? But don't immediately follow up with that with telling yourself, I just messed up. I just messed up my manifestation. I just did something wrong. Now this is going to take me forever because they say don't waver, and I just wavered and now I'm not going to get what I want. No, there is a reality where you wavered and you didn't get what you wanted, but there's also a reality where you wavered and you still got what you wanted. The choice is yours because it's your decision to make. So just practice mindfulness this week and reminding yourself you're always doing everything right. Everything is always working out perfectly for you. You're always going to get exactly what you want, no matter what. Entertain that thought, entertain that possibility instead of entertaining what's not going to work, what's not going to happen, because we are washing ourselves clean of that. Like we are no longer associating with that. Things maybe didn't go your way previously, but oh no, yes, they do now. Things always go your way right now. They always have. If you want to do revision, things have always gone your way. Life has always been perfect for you. Things have always worked out for you. You've never known a time where things didn't work in your favor. Practice that. Practice on something this week, okay, that keeps you in the state of no matter what happens, you always get exactly what you want because you do. So if you have any questions or comments for me, please leave them down below. If you would like guidance or assistance with your manifestations, I do offer phone and email coaching, and I also have group coaching through YouTube and Patreon. The link is in the description for all of those below. If you are interested in joining my 30-day workshop that holds you accountable, gives you different activities, journal prompts, and really puts you in the state of being of the version of you who has what they want for 30 days. And it's okay if you don't make it the full 30 days the first go round. Like if you challenge yourself to at least get through a week, challenge yourself to at least get through 14 days of it, because 30 days could sound a little overwhelming. I get it. You have access to it for a lifetime, but when you first start it does unlock one day at a time. But after all the days are unlocked, they're completely unlocked, and you have free will to go back and redo it as much as you would like. So if you're interested in something like that and you do need a helping hand and you need accountability, then you can definitely join the consistency workshop. It is available at any time that you see this video. Again, the link is in the description below. If you watch this video until the end, I appreciate you so much, and I will see y'all in the next video.